Greetings, fellow human enjoyers of weed content. Congratulations on returning in time for today's scheduled task of HitPoint JRPG podcast consumption. This is a show about things fellow living human people refer to as role-playing games of the Japanese-style designator. This message is scheduled to air once every 168 hours, or as we all know, Mondays at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We will be consuming trailers, making mouth sounds about situations that excite us, and talking to other fellow human beings who eject money at their screens during the show upon conclusion of the stream. Fellow human Batu-san JRPG, how are you functioning at this present time?
I, for one, welcome our new robot overlord.
Okay, I'm done doing that. You have no idea how much vocal fry that causes.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, man. Okay, but for real, yeah, it's good to see you all. Hope you're all having a good day so far. Robots have taken over this stream today. Mm-hmm. And we're going to talk about a little bit about why that is a little bit later on. But before then, but for real, everybody, it's good to see you. Happy Monday. I hope that yours is going well. Happy Monday. Baku, I almost said Batu-san. Baku-san, how are you doing today, sir? Do you need an oil change? You're feeling all right?
I am currently functional.
Okay, that's enough of that. It's only annoying to it's only annoying to everybody else, and then it's fine. When it starts to annoy me, I can't. Just kidding.
No, it's been a weekend. I flew out to Chicago to watch the Nier Automata concert. Actually, it's not the Nier Automata concert. It's the Nier in general concert. Yeah, I keep telling people it's the Nier Automata concert. It's not. It's Nier Automata and like the original Nier.
Yeah, it's Nier, but it's not quite there. Yeah,
Nier. Yes.
Did they not let you in? It. Is that what the problem was, or
that was indeed the problem? And I was just furious. Like, I paid good money for this. I flew all the way to Chicago.
You know, it's a shame that AI has taken over how they do concerts these days.
How dare they?
How dare?
No, but seriously, like the concert was incredible. Amy Evans was there. Janique Nicole was there. They're the two they're two of the three like vocalists that you hear in Nier Automata. There's a Japanese vocalist. Mm-hmm. There's the English one, which is Janique Nicole, and then Amy Evans is the one who actually invented this like language for the songs. That's why when you listen to Nier music, sometimes they don't make any sense, and they sound great, but like they're like, you can't make out what language it is. Like, well, it's not a real like world language. It's something that she just like made up.
Let me tell you, I feel like that's pretty frequently the case in Japanese RPG music, because either it's like Latin chanting or Japanese, and it's really rare when I can listen to a JRPG soundtrack and be like, yep, I can sing along to this.
It's like, well, if it makes no difference to me, the moon runes all the same.
Yep. I feel like Kingdom Hearts is the exception there.
Just simple and clean all day.
Yeah, all day. Yeah, that's about day. It. That's about all the ones.
But yeah, but for anyone so the concert series is not over yet.
Yeah.
Right. So different parts of the world, actually, I think I think they have one in like Madrid at some point, and like, so it's like international. So if there is a concert venue near you and you are kind of on the fence of whether or not to go, I would highly recommend it. It definitely gives you so they have written a original scenario just for the concert that details what happens after Nier Automata following 2B and 9S.
Tell me it's canon.
I don't know if it's canon, but I'm also not gonna say what it is. That's all I'm just gonna say is that they wrote an original thing.
I hope they make a sequel, and that knowledge, in-depth knowledge of this is like integral to understanding the plot moving forward.
You must watch that concert.
Speaking of Kingdom Hearts.
Speaking of Kingdom Hearts.
So I will say, Today, guys, we are on a little bit of a limited time because Baku is running up against the clock to get some homework done. But as a true degenerate, he's like, I'm going to do this podcast anyway, and homework comes second. So
Yeah.
we're going to kind of speed run a little bit here. I know we don't normally do speed runs as JRPG fans, but we're going to do our best. I've picked out a couple of comments, and in the spirit of this, it's kind of a twofer, actually. This first one comes from Lamesis 2, who says, for Chained Echoes, when are we allowed to be an angry mob? And then from another user who with a serial number username says, I sent an email to First Press Games about Chained Echoes making a new approximate release. They didn't respond. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
So I will
That's a
say
shame.
that, like, to the first, as a response to the first question about, like, when do we get to be an angry mob? I'm like, well, I mean, we wouldn't very well be an angry mob if we waited around for permission first, right? I think, I mean, at this point, though, for real, it's a good time to start reaching out to them and say, hey, where the F is our stuff? I think that I feel like, honestly, after the time period elapsed 2 months ago, like, that was, I think it's about this point where we should start reaching out to ask for updates, and we'll let you know if we hear anything, but so far it's still been radio silence, and I'm a little concerned, you know, a little bit. It's a little concerning. It's not very, I will say, it is not very professional to have a dateline like this elapse and not provide any sort of update for 2 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, in fact, I'm looking at their release schedule now. Everything is Q4 2023. Like, everything.
Yeah.
Not just our games, but all the other, not just Chain Echoes, but all these other games that First Press is releasing. All of it is stuck in Q4 2020. It's almost like they didn't know that we're in a new year now.
Yeah.
It's like they're in a stasis. Like, what do you mean? It's still 2023.
So, I mean, here's the thing. First Press Games, like, I feel like that's they're one of the people that we should probably be going to. And I feel like if this was a bigger studio behind Chained Echoes, I would say, hey, let's reach out to them as well. But it's one dude, and I feel really bad suggesting that we start, addressing this guy, because it's just one dude. Who made the game, but I feel like the publisher of the game, if it's a different person, I'm not positive. We should reach out to the publishers to find out
See what's
up.
going on.
Yeah, because this is wild. This is yeah.
It's a sole developer. Like, this person probably doesn't know any more than you and I, right? Like, these are like logistics. It's like a whole different business.
Yeah.
Okay. So what if it's like you're J.K. Rowling and you wrote a book, and then, like, the shipment's late, and then you go and ask Rowling what's going on. She don't know.
Yeah.
She's an author. Like, she don't know anything about logistics. She don't know what to tell you. Yeah. So go bother the publisher. Don't bother the creator. Like, if you have to ask anybody.
Yeah. Well, so yeah, unfortunately, that's about it for comments. We have a voicemail, but we're gonna address that next week when we can address more time to that.
Yes.
So I guess we're gonna just dive right into some updates from past releases.
Yes. So let's talk about this little gem called Fate Samurai Remnant. Actually, a pretty good game from what I've seen. A lot of people are having fun with it. Now, they talked about DLCs, and the first DLC is actually hitting very soon in February 9th. Is the Gilgamesh DLC. For any Fate, longtime Fate fans would know exactly who Gilgamesh is, because he's sort of like the first and like real antagonist that you see from like the Fate Stay Night series. He will be playable along with like some additional stories and such in this first DLC. There are 3 of such DLCs included in the game season pass. The other 2 are expected to come out in July and September of this year, respectively. So if you've been waiting to get your hands on more content, that's coming out very soon. I'm actually excited to try to play this game at some point because apparently you don't really need to have any Fate knowledge to enjoy the game.
Oh, that's me.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, having Fate knowledge would be like, little nods, little Easter egg, which is great. I think they did a great job introducing this non-gacha game, action RPG to the wider audience. So check it out.
Awesome. All right. Well, next up, we got a little bit of an update here for Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. We are getting free DLC to celebrate 1 million units sold. RGG is releasing a free t-shirt set DLC for Infinite Wealth coming out sometime in the near future, and it looks like we have a preview of that, so I'll go ahead and share it on my screen here, and I think you can probably see that now. Says thank you so much for your support, celebratory t-shirt set. I think that what it actually, like, you can see the front there, and it's kind of hard to make it out on the back. But I did a little bit of sleuthing, and it looks like it says I got nickeled and dimed by RGG for New Game Plus, and all I got was this lousy t-shirt.
That's exactly what it says.
Yeah, it's really fine print, but hey, there we go. We got
confirmation. No, so for anyone who wants to know what it is, at least in the, actually let me post a link in the chat so you guys can go see the official tweet. The middle shirt is really just says Kasuga's name like in bold across, and then the one underneath just says Kiryu, like full name. Kazuma Kiryu across. Yeah. And you know what? The design actually looks really cool. And some people are actually petitioning Sega to release these t-shirts for realsies because they're like, yo, they look good. Like, how about you like make them like real? And you know what? I think that's a pretty good possibility that they can release some of these shirts for real. So I would totally be down for some.
Like the black and white ones with like the text that goes across from like diagonal. Yeah. That is really cool. It looks super complicated to do from like a screen print perspective. Not that I know much personally about screen printing, but I've seen the process, and that would have to be some other method. But that would be pretty neat.
I mean, if they partner with people like Uniqlo, which Uniqlo, as we've talked about in the past, are no stranger to printing shirts for different game companies like Capcom and Nintendo. Sega could totally reach out and just be like, here, we've got the design already, just like retail it for us.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
Okay.
All right.
So next up, we have some upcoming releases to talk about. Let's see. There we go.
Talking about, really hoping Derek would touch this one, but no. Hey,
I refuse.
But it's your favorite. Look, so Capcom just announced that they will be releasing a gold edition. So nowadays, like Resident Evil, the gold edition is kind of like the definitive edition, with like Persona all 4 the Golden. DLC. Yeah, kind of like that. So the golden edition is going to include the Separate Ways expansion that features Ada Wong as like the main protagonist. Also, all the bonus items that were previously only available in the Resident Evil 4 Deluxe Edition. We've got a short trailer that we can take a look at. So why don't we do that? Yeah.
All right, let me pull that up here real quick.
Just in case people don't remember what Resident Evil 4 is.
Resident Evil, barely know her.
Happens.
Hang in there, Ashley. I'm coming for you.
When day breaks, you too will join our covenant.
Gold edition. In my holy blessing. Yeah, these are like your favorite games.
Yeah.
Derek, you love horror. Look at how look at all those tentacles.
I think I've seen that anime before.
Yes.
It looks pretty neat. I don't know. This Resident Evil thing, it might catch on someday.
Yeah, one of these days. I don't know. It's like a small little indie. But you know how we love indies, and we want to make sure everyone knows about them indies.
Yeah, pretty good graphics.
Graphics is surprisingly good for a small studio such as Capcom.
I like the sunglasses make them look like a GQ model there.
I'm still waiting to play this stupid game. Like I was trying to play this game after I get back from Japan, and then like stuff happened, and then I didn't play it. So yeah, dang it.
Well,
yeah. So the Go Edition is coming out on February 9th on PS4, 5, Xbox Series, and PC via Steam. So basically all the supported platforms for the game.
that's awesome. I bet it's worth its weight in gold.
But
Yeah.
yeah. All right, we've got some new game announcements. Sony State of Play was a thing last week. Did you watch State of Play?
No, I sure
You
didn't.
Wait, what?
No.
You didn't watch State of Play?
Should I? Should I have? Like, what was it worth watching?
Well, okay. So I've already distilled like all the highlights that I feel like you would care. So why don't we just go down, watch the video, and then we'll like talk a little bit about it.
Okay.
How's that?
I like the sound of that because yeah, we'll have our own little State of Play here on HitPoint because I mean, the truth is like, I don't know. I very seldom actually get to watch these events live, and especially with like the short notice that they provide. Like I can't ask off work to like stream during the thing and like make a thing of it. I would like to, but this looks pretty cool.
So
Captured on
this is
PS5.
called Stellar Blade. It's a fairly long trailer, so we don't really have to watch the entire thing. It is by a Korean developer, heavily inspired by Nier Automata, as you may see.
We've seen
as
trailers
well
about
as-
this before, right? A long time
Yes.
ago.
That look at that little pod, you know, like.
Did you notice that
totally-
half of her glove is missing? It's not very effective.
Did you notice that half her pants was missing?
No. Should we rewind and catch that
Do
again?
you want to rewind and look at her half
Oh,
pants?
there it is. Skies out, thighs out, baby.
Yeah, so the character models actually look very much like Dead or Alive models. I was looking like the facial
And
like,
and some of the
they
physics
got
too.
that look. Yeah,
Like everything
that look.
everything needlessly jiggles, and I kind of appreciate that.
everything jiggles.
Like, you know, I appreciate a game that knows what it is.
It's not afraid to be who they are.
I'm not afraid to just let it all jiggle.
Yes, they are modeled after real people. I think I mean like graphically, aesthetically, they are very reminiscent of Dead or Alive.
I got you.
Like, yeah, I can put Stella Blade main character in Dead or Alive right now, and she would just look like one of the characters. Like even the clothing looks very similar. It's like kind of futuristic kind of clothing that they
Kind of
have.
just painted on.
Yeah, bodysuits. Yeah.
All right. So
Yeah.
yeah, we've seen this a little bit before, and
We can take a look at some like the battle scenes. You wanna
Yeah.
skip forward a little bit.
here, yeah, can you skip forward? Oh yeah, I remember the half old dude. I remember that trailer from
no.
like a year ago. Where he's
Do
like
I have
cybernetic
these?
old dude. Yeah,
Oh,
if
I
you
do have.
if you skip
I
ahead
found
in
it,
the,
I found it.
yeah.
Their requests will often lead her to the wasteland and the Great Desert. I will make it.
There we go. Thank you. That way I didn't have to like close out a full screen.
Yeah.
So-
So there's some like there's like a little bit of FPS. Not FPS, but like third person.
Yeah, over the
A
shoulder.
little bit of third person. Yeah, but it's mostly action RPG. We've been told that there are something like 20 to 30 different outfits for the main character. I think it's excessive. But,
What is
you
this, Final
know,
Fantasy
like-
10? Does she change jobs or just
Jeez.
different like pieces of the clothing missing?
I don't know. I'm hoping that the outfit does something with the stats and not just like it's completely aesthetic, but
Okay,
we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I think that was the one thing that like really hit the news was like, oh, it's like 20 to 30 outfits. Like, wow, that's a lot of outfits.
awesome. Well, it's a beautiful looking game.
It is gorgeous.
So yeah, it looks like this one is going to be coming out on the 26th of April,
Mm-hmm.
which is just I mean
soon.
just around the corner, and it's a PlayStation 5 exclusive.
Yes. Oh my god, so much pressure, so many games, so many
Why
games. Can I finish Persona 3 by April?
why do you
It's okay.
suppose that it's not coming out on Switch? I feel like that's a very poor
Oh,
choice.
yeah. Have you seen those cakes? They can't render in the Switch.
The cake
The
is a
Switch
lie,
would die.
Baku. The cake is a lie.
It's a lot of cakes, okay? I don't think the Switch can handle it.
Is that a different? It's a whole different stat. Just KPS, CPS.
It's a whole
Cake per
different
second.
stat. It's a whole different stat. Yeah. Gotta raise those cake stats. Anyways, yeah, that's looking good. Another great news coming out from Sega for all the Sonic fans out there. Sega is releasing a remastered version of Sonic Generations, this time adding Shadow as a playable character. So it's
Oh.
not like a straight remaster. They are adding new elements, they're adding Shadow in, and then also brand new story campaign. And this game is called I was about to say Shadow, Sonic X Shadow Generations. So let's take a look at that.
Okay.
What a great time to be a Sonic fan.
Yeah, I know. Little Sonic Renaissance.
Yeah.
When's the last
mean,
time that
I
you think it's been
honestly-
this good to be a Sonic fan? 1990,
1980s, 1990 something.
1998. Maybe Sonic Adventure 1, Sonic Adventure 2, so like 2002, 2002.
I think Shadow the Hedgehog game was pretty good, right?
That was
I don't
GameCube. I never played it.
Yeah.
I don't think it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. We have to ask a Sonic fan.
You know,
Like,
they gotta start hyping Shadow back up though, because he's gonna be in the new Sonic game or movie, right?
I want maybe that's exactly what it is. You know, it's
And-
like a coordinated like action, right?
Yeah, and Jim Carrey's coming back for for the third game or movie as well. So
Ooh,
I mean, that's not part of
nice.
our show, but I mean, that was announced, and that's kind of exciting.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's all is fairs in games we cover. So yeah,
Yeah.
gotta go fast. Yeah, come out of the hiding, Sonic fans. Come on, we won't hurt you. Just please talk to us. Tell us how you feel.
I mean, last time I was a Sonic fan, I was playing Sonic 3. So
Wow.
I mean, that was a while ago.
That was a while
Sonic and
ago.
Knuckles, that was pretty rad.
Yeah.
But yeah, as soon as I went like, well, I guess Sonic Mania wasn't bad. I just never really played it because I wasn't excited. Like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I've fallen out of Sonic favor lately. I don't know.
That's how I feel about Mario. Like I'm falling out of
Yeah.
like Mario.
Yeah.
I don't think they're bad. It's just like not really for me. But then Mario came with all these RPGs, and they're just like,
Mhm.
come on, you know you want to, you want to come back. Like,
Definitely.
damn it, Mario. Oh, you know me. So yeah, I'll come back to play Mario RPG at some point. Yeah, so this one is slated for fall 2024. Fall of 2024 on PS4, 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series, Switch, and PC via Steam. No kick in this one, so it's on the Switch apparently.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, no kicks.
piece of cake or not not a piece of
Gotta
cake. Okay.
Gotta go fast.
So yeah, gotta keep moving on. So let's play this next trailer here. I guess I'm not.
This is for you.
I noticed you did this.
Yes, I totally did this on purpose.
I can't believe you've done this.
I need to go and download this ASAP because I don't want this to be another PT situation. You know?
Yeah.
Like I'm weary about you, Konami. Out of nowhere, just like, nope, discontinue. It's like, what are you doing?
I mean, they wouldn't
All right.
discontinue this one because Kojima's not involved. Probably.
Someone else is involved. I don't know. Like it's Konami, man. Like, anything can happen.
It's true.
I do not. Y'all think I don't trust Square Enix? I don't trust Konami. You don't
Yeah,
understand. They're on a
fair
different
enough.
level of mistrust. So, speaking of Konami, this is Silent Hill, the short message.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Silent Hill game.
When's the last time
Maya?
a real Konami game has come out that we are like interested in? Feels like it's been a minute.
Question. There's that Yu-Gi-Oh card game, Duel Masters, something or another.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
I
When's
wasn't
the-
interested in it, but you know, it was good, all things considered. I don't know. RPG wise, not much.
Yeah, not
Yeah.
a heck of a lot, but I feel like it's been a while since they've even touched like the Silent Hill series, and like I mean, we know PT was gonna be it, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
talk about vaporware, right?
Well, this is a short game that's available immediately on PS5 for free. And I think it's only PS5. I don't know if it's on anything else. So
Maybe I should download it too, just in case. Not that I would ever play it, but I mean, because I'm a scaredy cat. That's why, guys.
wouldn't we all love to just watch Derek play a horror game one time? Just stream one horror game. It's
Make
not bad.
RPG reviews for 10 years, suddenly blow up for screaming at a camera like it's 19 or like a 2005.
You finally found your thing. You
Yep.
finally found your thing, and it's horror games.
Just start bro fisting and screaming at my
Yes.
screen and stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
That's
yes.
that's how I made my first million.
Yes.
Dear Lord, no. So yeah, pretty cool. You can go download that now and enjoy. Yeah, have fun.
Yeah.
I'll just be over here not.
All right, we got another one coming up, and this is like basically just like a condensed version of the Sony State of Play. So let's take a look at the next game.
Okay, let's check that out.
The trailer kind of speaks to itself. This game needs no introduction.
So, what is this game again?
I knew you would come.
This is
Just kidding. I'm just
from
kidding.
Capcom.
You're like, it needs no introduction.
I was gonna say, take a guess.
Oh, it's Breath
take a
of
guess.
Fire.
Yes.
Yep.
How did you know? Look at that dragon right there. Yeah. Look, it's got dragons. It's from Capcom. It's an RPG. It's got to be Breath of Fire. Look at those new Breath of Fire
Either that or
graphics.
Monster Hunter.
Either that or Monster Hunter. Or Dragon's Dogma, which this game is in fact Dragon's Dogma 2.
That's pretty cool. It looks super Monster Hunter-y though.
Does it?
Yeah. I mean, the monsters are clearly quite a bit different, but I mean, getting up on top of the back of the monster and fighting it that way, that looks pretty.
I'm sure
There's
they've
probably some
taken-
crossover.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got the devs to do it.
Yeah. All the knowledge and know-how. I mean, this is so pretty looking. It's like it's
Yeah.
extravagant, but not too much that like
It doesn't
it's
look too like
distracting.
Yeah, it's not too zippy.
Yeah.
At least. Oh, that's cool. At least it doesn't appear to be based on the trailer. Like, there's some zippiness to it, but it's
Not
not
as
just like
much as-
constantly like warping around like a, Final Fantasy title.
Zip lining everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
God, that looks so good.
Yeah.
That looks so good.
And that's coming out even sooner.
Yeah, March 22nd on
Ah.
PS5, Xbox Series, and PC. Would you play this, Derek? Would you play Dragon's Dogma?
I haven't played the first, but I doubt that I'll need to have played it,
No,
huh?
I doubt it.
See, I started playing the original when I got it on PlayStation Plus a long time ago. I didn't get very far into it. And it's just like, this seems like Western RPG BS. And back then, I was kind of an elitist to a degree,
Okay.
and it just
Mhm.
was like, this doesn't look like a real Japanese RPG. And I moved on. So maybe I should
You
give
were
it
in
another
a
go,
phase.
though.
You were in a phase. Yeah.
I feel like I've gotten a little more, traditional RPG love in my heart these days, and I might enjoy that
Mhm.
more.
You're a changed man.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm in the process of being a changing man, so I'm an evolving work of art, and I'm never done.
Constant improvement.
Yep.
All right. Yeah.
Well-
Want to take a look at the next one?
Yeah, let's check this out. Got to keep on moving along. Hey.
Yeah, this is really just like a short and sweet summary of
This is your state of play without all the
state
extra
of play.
BS.
Yeah, like so there's a bunch of like survival shooters removed. There's a bunch of like shooters that not survival removed. There's a bunch of games that like I just didn't think like our audience would particularly care removed. But we distilled like the things that I feel like we would actually care. So this of course is
That's Yokohama. What?
this is Yokohama. Yes, this is
Isn't that
Rise
where?
of
What is this?
where what? This is Rise of Ronin.
Okay, is this who made this game?
Toei Koei Tepco, I
Oh,
think.
okay. Okay,
Like
yeah.
Team
I saw
Omega,
that.
yeah.
I saw that. Okay.
Yeah. So
I
this
saw
is
Yokohama
very
and
like
I was like, wait a second, is that like from RGG took place?
yeah,
in...
yeah. It's the same. It's the same place.
Yeah.
It's the same place.
That's why I was
the
like, wait, is this like a Yakuza game? No.
It's from the
not.
prefecture just south of Tokyo.
Okay.
In case you're wondering, like geographically where it is. It's just south of Tokyo.
That looks cool.
Beautiful
That looks brutal.
port town. It's extremely brutal. Yeah, so people are saying that this is very reminiscent of Neo. I can see why. They probably took a lot of things that they've learned from making that game and put it into here.
Yeah.
But also distinctive differences. So for people who like Neo, this might very well be something that they can check out. Or any of the Soul-esque kind of like players. This is definitely geared towards like that crowd, I think.
This looks sick.
Yeah.
Kind of
Just
reminds me a
gorgeous.
little bit of Onimusha, but it's not. It's not Onimusha. But gosh, I wish they made a recent Onimusha. That would be nice.
You know, if they made an Onimusha game that's more
Resident Evil-ish.
no, I was gonna say more Soul-esque in gameplay. I think people would resonate to that. Like a little bit more technical gameplay compared to like
Yeah,
how
okay.
it was like super fast paced hack and
I
slashy.
kind of like the arcadiness of it, though.
You do?
Yeah. I mean, kind of makes it a little more action RPG-ish, I'd say.
That's
But you're
true.
right. These technical fighters really do gain a lot more traction, though. But
I think the thing is like technical fighters are more fun to watch because it's not like you can just hack your way through.
yeah,
So when people watch it, it's like, oh man, that's like some skills you got there. Whoa, you took no damage. That's crazy. You
Yeah.
know, like whereas like the other games, it's like, yeah, you got through it. Okay. Oh, you're giving some like arbitrary grade. Like you got S rank. Like I don't even know what goes into the ranking, whatever.
Mhm.
But yeah, so that's pretty cool.
yeah, and
yeah.
that's also coming out on, or yeah, March
Yes.
22nd. Holy cow!
Yes.
like, I mean, I feel like
I
these.
don't know why.
I found out about them and then they came out. It's just like, what's going on?
I don't know why they decided to come out on the exact same day, but here we are.
Same as Dragon's Dogma. I mean, I guess they're probably not targeting the exact same audience, but I'd say
Mhm.
there's definitely some overlap in that Venn diagram.
Oh, yeah, there's definitely overlap. But here we are. So either you want to play like, a medieval fantasy kind of game, or a high fantasy game, or you want to play some kind of like samurai fantasy game. They've got your backs.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Now, if you want some real, like, trippy sci-fi fantasy, let's take at that last game that they went over on Sunny State of Play.
Okay.
And if you think that we're watching a movie, it certainly feels that way.
Ooh, I don't know what he's cutting into, but I don't like it. Oh, I don't like that cat. I don't like any of
No, that's
this.
by Kojima. It's by Kojima. So, take a wild guess what this is.
It's Norman Reedus and his amazing fetus part 2.
Yes. So the new game is called Death Stranding 2 on the beach. On the beach.
They should have just called it Death Stranded.
Yes. Why are there these like
Why does she
weird
got like
octopus?
what's up with this around her mouth?
Their hands.
Yeah.
Derek, their hands. Look at this. Look closely. Oh, she's got ink coming out of. Got ink coming out of them.
Is he a squid?
I don't know. Maybe.
Ew. Yep.
Ooh. Oh yeah. Ink squid. Ink.
Oh, it went through and it's
ink.
spreading.
Ooh. Eyes
Ew.
open. Ooh.
Gross. I don't like this at all.
Up. Here's the baby.
Blah.
And it's just Spanish.
Because why not?
Because why not?
Welcome to Drawbridge, Sam. And to the G8V Magellan. Our mobile base.
This is weird as F, man.
Dude, look at those face capture though. Look at those facial
This is the ship's armory.
facial expression. Like that's what Andromeda wished it was able to do.
Sheesh.
These
That's
rooms over here
crazy
belong to
good.
other members of the crew.
Okay, why does she have an extra pair of
They're
hands
pretty much
there?
the same as yours.
I don't know. I
On her
think we have
shoulders.
to ask. I think we have to ask people who actually played Stranding.
This is one hell of a ship you got here.
The better question is, why is Norman Reedus not completely naked?
As I told you, Drawbridge is a
Good
civilian
question.
It's only half naked.
island. We do have a
Ugh.
generous patron with access to plenty of capital and tech.
But anyways, yeah, I think we shouldn't go through this because it's almost 10-minute video. But hey, if you guys
Oh my
want to
gosh.
watch the entire thing, you guys can go over to the description later on, and you will be able to see the full 10-minute link. Because we can still link to YouTube, we just can't link outside of YouTube
Yeah.
for fear of getting a stupid strike again. But no, it looks absolutely gorgeous. I think this is hopefully this is like an inspiration for developing games that really pushes the boundaries on like the visual aspects.
Mhm.
Obviously, I'm not one to think that like visual is like the main thing. If anything, for RPGs, we've always said that it's probably after gameplay and story, but advancement, and I appreciate it. So
Yeah, it looks pretty
Yeah.
pretty sick.
yeah.
So moving along, JP Games, a
Yeah.
new studio headed by former Final Fantasy 15 director Hajime Tabata, has announced their first title called Shallah. And it will be a love story between a human and a goddess with inspiration from 1001 Nights. This game will see a worldwide release, but it's in very early development, so there's not really a whole lot of information about like what platform or
Mhm.
release timeline at all.
Yeah.
When doing a little bit of searching for this, though, it does look like it's going to be developed in partnership with the AI company Quantum Solutions.
Quantum Solutions.
And so robots have taken over. RPGs are being made by AI now.
Mhm.
So a little bit of information about this. The Quantum Solutions is these people who do like quantum computing stuff, and I guess they're hoping to use it to power the game a little bit. We don't really know why, but they claim that it's going to be a huge leap forward in game development, which is really, I don't know, buzzwordy, but maybe there's some truth to it. And so anyways, yeah, robots making RPGs. What's up with that?
Too early to tell on what they're trying to do, but yeah, what is up with that? What are they hiding?
So,
What do you?
well, I was curious. So I asked ChatGPT what it thought about this. I figure, hey, if they can make a video game, they can at least pull their own dang weight around here on the show. So, enhanced gameplay dynamics, they say, emotion recognition for immersive experiences, which I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know about that. Innovative storytelling is what ChatGPT says. It says that the game's narrative would be inspired by 1001 Nights, suggesting a deep and rich storyline. I don't know about that, man.
Yeah.
Because here's at the end of the day, at least as far as all of the generative AI that we have access to right now, just does a fancy job of kind of regurgitating things that's been fed to it so far. Like, there's definitely some concepts that I think that it could flesh out, but I feel like everything that it could make would be pretty derivative, like inherently. And I guess that to an extent, everything is inherently a little derivative,
Mhm.
So I'm just very curious to see if this is actually going to be an actual help, or if this is just going to be as inspiring as Final Fantasy 15 was.
Careful there, Mr. Derek. There are a lot of fans of Final Fantasy 15 out there.
I know.
Yeah,
I still
they
haven't
love
played
to.
it, but I've heard from it's a divisive subject. I still need to play it, so I really shouldn't be
I think
throwing
you should.
stones.
I think you should.
All right, I'll start at
Yeah.
Final Fantasy 1 and eventually I'll get there.
You'll regret
In 37 years.
you started, but Hey, listen, I feel like in all honesty, you can play through Final Fantasy 1 through 16 faster than you can play through Trails.
You
Easy.
think? You think?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Dude, not even close. Like Final Fantasy 1 through 6, maybe even 7 are like a third of the time of any Trails title.
Yeah,
That right there is
it's
already
true.
saving you time. You're never going to play 11 because it's not a first-person game. You're probably not going to play 14 because it's not a first-person.
I kind of already
another
said
2 titles.
to somebody that I was
Yeah.
going to, and
Play
I
14.
yeah. As a single player experience.
I've heard 14 is good. I've heard 14 is actually
and it's
good.
and it's doable
So,
as a single player experience. So at least like the first
Yeah.
arc or something. So I might give that a
Okay.
go at some point. But
never mind. You add all the time back. Like just one game. One game is longer than the entire Trail series. Okay, never mind. Yeah, 37 years sounds about right.
okay.
Anyways.
Anyways, yeah, I feel like there's a lot here that we could discuss about
Mhm.
AI and the use of RPGs, and I really want to dive deeper into this,
Mhm.
everybody. But honestly, we're trying to make sure Baku doesn't fail waifu studies. So
Yeah. Tell you what, why don't we do this? For anyone who is in chat or watching after the fact, comment in the comment section. Let us know what you think you might want to see AI would do for game development that you wouldn't mind. I mean, I know like we're in the habit of like crapping on AI, and certainly there are a lot of things that I wish they wouldn't do.
Mhm.
But I'd be curious to see if there's anything that y'all wouldn't mind seeing AI doing. So for me, I wouldn't mind seeing them kind of fill in the gap for a lot of like laborious work, like
yeah,
doing special effects and there's a lot of like touch up things that you can train
Mhm.
the computer to do that could save people a lot of time to do other things. So I probably wouldn't mind that. Like very repetitive, boring work.
Mhm.
But as far as like the creative work is concerned,
I know.
I would definitely not want to see
And
AI
the-
do creative work.
And
Yeah.
the stupid thing is, I feel like that's the thing that AI is best at right now. It's just
What
like,
repetitive work or creative work?
yeah, a little bit of both. Well, probably
Mhm.
mostly the repetitive. But
Yeah.
here's the thing. Like, I hate that the fact right now the way AI has been used so far has been
Mhm.
to replace my dream jobs, and I hate that.
Oh no! What voice acting?
Yeah, voice acting
Oh,
and
jeez.
artistry and like a little bit of animation, creative writing. Like these are things that I enjoy doing, and like it's like a dream job to be able to do those things for real.
Mhm.
And then it's like, oh, well, bummer. Eventually, and mark my words, within the next probably less than 5 years, there will be AI generated YouTubers,
Mhm.
complete YouTube channels that I'll be competing against, and it's gonna suck. But
I mean, I think they already exist.
yeah,
Mr.
but they're not
Derek.
really
They're not-
competing with me right now. But within
That's
5
fair.
years, they probably
They're
will
gonna
be.
they're gonna talk about RPGs and how they feel about it. It's like a computer through the games. Like I played through this game in 10 minutes.
Mhm.
Let me tell you how I feel about it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes.
So we'll see how that goes. But yeah.
Yeah.
It would be nice. It would be
All
nicer
right.
if AI replaced, toilet cleaning jobs instead first.
Right? Robots, right? What happened to all the futuristic robots that would do all these things that we were promised and never delivered? What happened to that?
I know. I still want my self-driving car,
Ugh.
but
Anyways,
Yeah.
speaking of things with no release time frame, Yu-Gi-Oh! During the Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Masters, The Legend of Duelist Quarter Century event in Japan, Konami announced that they will be releasing the franchise's first games in a package called Yu-Gi-Oh! Early Days Collection, and it will be available worldwide on the Switch and PC via Steam. Now, not all of the titles has been announced yet, but from what we do know so far, this package will include games that were just never released in the West. So that's pretty cool. Pretty exciting for fans of the Yu-Gi-Oh franchise who's never had a chance to play those games because they were never officially translated one way or another. Again, no release date. It's still super early. They literally just like announced it last week. No trailer, no pictures, nothing. But hey, here we are. So as soon as we get more news on this, as soon as we get some visuals and dates and stuff, you bet we will keep you all posted.
All righty.
Yeah.
So, now Baku has told me that this is one that's probably really going to interest me. It's from publisher Modus Games and developer Polychroma. They've announced a new narrative adventure game set in the Philippines called Until Then.
Yes.
Is this a different developer than?
It's a different developer.
Okay.
I know what you're thinking. It's a
Okay.
different developer.
Okay.
Completely. Yeah.
Just okay. That's all right.
Yes. So those were So those were Indonesians. This is the Philippines.
Okay, cool. So I got a little description here from Steam here.
In a world, oh gosh. In a world. In a world where recovering from a catastrophe, Mark Borgia and his friend navigate the joys and woes of another year of high school, wake up in a typical teenage bedroom, practice piano, race to meet homework deadlines, and build the world up and burn relationships as you reminisce about the daily insecurities of high school life. That is, until a fateful meeting sets off a chain reaction, upending Mark's life. People disappeared and memories prove unreliable. Uncover the hidden truth with Mark and his friends in this narrative adventure and race to unravel the mystery before it's too late.
Yeah.
Was that movie voice enough? I don't know.
Oh yeah, no, totally respect that you brought out your narrator voice for this.
AI just it's not quite AI, but it is machine assisted voicing there.
Oh yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, so we had a trailer for that.
I'm excited. Let's see what this whole trailer is doing. Oh, what?
Yeah, no, it's exactly what you thought. If you thought this is going to be similar to what is it? I forgot the title of the game again.
I know it's so hard to remember the name of the game, but it's
A Space for the Unbound.
That's the one.
Yeah, if you feel like this is similar to A Space for the Unbound, it really does have that feel.
Yeah.
It's definitely not the same developer, and not the same country.
Right.
But I am kind of hoping for a kind of similar experience. Like a similar experience would be nice, where like, it's a unique story. It takes some chances. You can play little mini games. You can learn about the Philippines, through little things here and there. I think that would be pretty cool.
And it's called Until Then.
Until Then.
Ah, I love that music. Like the integration of the alarm.
Practicing piano like a good teenager. Oh no. I'm glad my mother didn't make me do music. I have zero talents for it.
I was made to do music, and I also have no talent for it.
Oh no.
Mostly because I refuse to practice, though. I mean, like, but that's kind of a big important part. Practicing.
I do like the animation that they're doing.
A lot of, really decent animation here, I think. I was going to say, during the idle stance where you're just standing and the backpack was like bouncing around, I was like, man, that's got to be a huge shoulder workout to get that much backpack bounce just when you're sitting there breathing. But otherwise, It's pretty sick. That's a lot. How? Wow.
Yeah. That's why I was like, I think Derek will be interested in this one.
Yeah. I mean, it's not an RPG. It's definitely looking like an adventure game,
Mhm.
like like Space for the Unbound.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have kind of a soft spot for those kinds of things. It's like an
Yeah.
RPG just without the battle system.
It's true. I mean, if you really think about it, what really is an adventure game? It's just an RPG without the battles and the levels.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Number goes sideways.
No, but this game just looks. I saw this today when I was reading through. I was like, oh, Derek's gonna like this one. All right.
Yeah.
I've sent it to all my Filipino friends, all my Pinoy out there. Like they're just like, oh snap, I gotta represent.
Yeah.
So
Oh, I'll have
it's
to
pretty
keep
cool.
an eye out for this one until then.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, and that concludes all the games that we have, that we wanted to talk to you all about. Hopefully, you guys find something that interests you. I certainly found a couple of things that I'm keeping on my radar, and I'm freaking out because they're coming out in like March and April,
I know.
respectively. And
Not enough time, man.
hold on, time out one real quick. We've got P3. We have Infinite Wealth. I'm
Mhm.
still working on Gaiden.
Mhm.
There's Grand Blue Fantasy.
Yeah.
Okay, which by the way, set a new record of 100,000 concurrent player, which is nuts.
Especially
For-
considering it's only like 10 hours long.
I mean, I didn't think people would be that crazy about, and that's just Steam.
Yeah.
Like, never mind, like all the PlayStation like players, and is it on Xbox? If it's on Xbox, I don't know. I think it's on Xbox. It is. Yeah. So just imagine never mind all those players, just Steam, 100,000 concurrent player.
That's a
It's
lot.
quite impressive.
It's very
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah.
I'm honestly though, I am still just so excited and to see how well the Persona 3 Reload has done so far.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed my time with it. My review is out. Or it's not a
Ooh.
review. It's not a review. It is
Uh,
a showcase.
Oh,
That's
a
because
showcase.
because it was a sponsored video and I don't do paid
Mm.
reviews. I do a showcase if someone like pays me to play a game. So that's what it
Mhm.
is. It is not a review because that would be a conflict of interest, but
Mhm.
Atlas did pay me to tell you about Persona 3 Reload, all of its good
Oh,
and
snap.
bad. So if you missed it, please do be sure to go check it out.
Mhm.
I'm really happy with the way that the review came out. My
Mm-hmm.
cosplay for it came out, and the and I also really enjoyed the game overall. It was a lot of fun, and
Okay.
it looks like a lot of people are also really enjoying it.
Yeah, absolutely. People are. It's a good time to be a gamer. I just wish that I wasn't studying and taking 4 classes.
I
Otherwise, I
know.
would be right there with you all, just like grinding through these games. And just a reminder that FF7 Rebirth is also coming out later this month. So
Which one?
7 Rebirth.
Oh yes.
Just in case you didn't have enough things to do.
Yeah,
right?
that's something that kind of fell off my radar, to be totally honest.
Yeah, I think
Shoot.
seven is Square Enix got an issue when they bring out the big gun, which is Final Fantasy 7. Everyone loves Final Fantasy 7. Everybody loves Final Fantasy 7, and they're not getting like the airtime that they thought they would
Mhm.
compared to these other games like Persona, which are, I would imagine, relatively lower budget. Not to say that Persona isn't high budget, but let's be honest. I
It's
think
not-
Square Enix.
Oh yeah, it's a different realm.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 7.
It's a different ballpark.
Yeah, it's just that's just that much higher. When their sale may not compare, or may even just be a little bit more than something like P3.
God.
Square Enix is in big trouble.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need to like take off a week during spring break and actually just like start playing games heads down. I had to put my playthrough of Cold Steel 4 on pause in order
Mhm.
to do that, and it's still on
Mhm.
pause because I've got this other giant video that I'm making that has complications and stuff.
Ooh,
It's
okay.
probably going to be over an hour long.
Oh wow. Well,
I mean, right now it's over 2.
You got to cut it down. Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's
All
some
right.
there's some technical difficulties that arose as well. But
Oh,
it's worth making this video. It's gonna be a lot of fun, I think. Okay, anyways.
baby, 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 baby.
Oh dude, the remix of that song is
Yeah?
really good. Yeah.
Huh.
Oh man. You gotta play Reload when you get a chance.
Well, Atlas didn't send me a copy, so I'm obligated to at least review it. So I'll do that. Anyways, let's move on to industry news. The last section, actually not the last section, the second to last section to our show. Industry news. Square Enix announces merger of Tokyo RPG Factory subsidiaries. So, for anyone who does not know what that is, Tokyo RPG Factory is a Square Enix subsidiary and the studio behind I'm Setsuna, Lost Sphere, and Oninaki. And it has been absorbed into the main company, which means that Square Enix will now be in full control of the IP. Not that it didn't before, but I feel like this is just legal formality. And that it will also absorb all the talents. They will just be Square Enix employees, and they will be sent to different parts of the company as needed.
This is what happened to Luminous Studio not long ago, right?
Yeah.
With the people behind Forspoken.
I think Luminous, didn't they sell Luminous Studio?
I'm pretty
I thought
sure
they
they
sold
absorbed it.
Huh. Anyhow,
I'm like 90% sure but anyways, that's neither here nor there.
so they'll be absorbing all the debt, etc., etc., etc. Business jargon, boring. Bottom line is, Tokyo RPG Factory is no more. But I guess part of me deep down knew that this was gonna happen, like one way or another. It's not like Tokyo RPG Factory isn't successful, therefore it absorbed. I feel like being absorbed in the main company is the plan, even if it was successful. Regardless of what happened, you would be absorbed in at a certain point. The unfortunate part is, of course, for anyone who's been following, Tokyo RPG Factory games has not exactly been selling well. They made 3 games. They weren't exactly like blockbusters or even commercially successful. So I'm actually surprised that it's taken them this long to be absorbed, because
I just looked it up.
Oninaki, yeah,
I just looked up when Oninaki came out. And
yeah,
it was
right,
July of 2019.
Isn't that crazy? What were they doing in the past couple years?
I'm guessing
Like,
that's why they got reabsorbed, is because they had 6 years to do something, or 5 years to do something that never came to fruition, and it must have just been poorly managed, I guess, for nothing to come out of a game studio for 5 years.
Yeah.
After
that
previously
so
putting out
unfortunate.
what was the Lost Sphere release date was 2017. So it takes like 2 years for them to make a game. It's been 5.
They could have came out with another game at least.
2.
Right? I
2
guess.
more.
Or 2. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the thing about this that's so upsetting for me is not so much that they got reabsorbed. Again, from the day that they announced Tokyo RPG Factory, the back of my mind is like, yeah, they're gonna absorb this like company like later on. I already know it. This is not a new strategy for big corpo. Like this is fairly common actually. What they would do is they'll start like independent subsidiary, and then just let it like do its thing. And I think I've talked about this in the show before. The reason why big companies do stuff like that is because the main company culture of like answering to their existing consumer demands.
Yeah.
So that they're not like innovating and like capturing new markets. So what they would do is they'll set some money aside, start a brand new independent subsidiary, and just let them cook, right? Let them try to capture the market that the main company cannot. And once it develops good IPs, it will reabsorb, have the full backing. You've got these new things, and it will just be like and rinse and repeat, right?
Yeah.
Now the thing that upsets me the most about this is I feel like they never gave Tokyo RPG Factory a chance to really try to do something unique, like right off the bat.
Yeah, not enough,
I am
not enough money, not enough leash.
I mean, financially, I don't know, but I just feel like right off the bat, I'm Setsuna is the Chrono Trigger, like kind of like clone trying to recapture like they already have like a mission to do what has already been done. That's not truly gaining new grounds. So I feel like it defeated the purpose of setting up a studio like
Yeah.
this. The whole point is to try to make a new IP and try to gain new grounds, not to make a new company to do a thing that we were really good at before, and we couldn't recreate the magic. So here you go, you try to do it. It's like that's not the point. You
Yeah.
shouldn't have done that. So they were set to fail from the get go. I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oninaki would have been great if that was like their first thing. It wasn't fantastic, but at least it was different. And if they kept going towards that direction, I feel like they can do more. But by the time they did Oninaki, that company was already like on its last leg, probably. So it's
Yeah.
pretty unfortunate.
So,
Hmm.
also in industry news, Malaysian game publication, Gamer Week, have
Imagine this Gamer Week.
probably Gamer Week, yeah.
Gamer Week.
They had an opportunity to discuss with Persona Team's production manager, Kazusa Wada, about the upcoming Persona 3 Reload release, or rather it was upcoming at the time.
Yeah.
It is no longer upcoming. Wada currently said, we are not considering a revision like with Persona 5 to Persona 5 Royal, which involved significant changes and additions to the original title. So fans can rest assured knowing that Persona 3 Reload offers a complete experience, they say. Through this game, we've made great efforts to ensure that fans worldwide, including Southeast Asia, can access it simultaneously. Therefore, we sincerely hope that fans worldwide can enjoy Persona 3 Reload and have fun. So that's pretty cool. I know that in my video, a lot of people were stating their concerns that they're just going to put out, Persona 3 Reload Fests or Persona 3 Reload Royal or Golden or whatever. And yeah, it looks like that has been firmly put to rest and that's been confirmed. On the unconfirmed but rumored side of things with the game, a unconfirmed leak has indicated that the Answer DLC is likely, which is pretty interesting. So that's the secondary campaign that took place on Persona 3 Fest on PlayStation 2. It's like a 30-hour campaign in addition to the 80-hour thing. So I didn't particularly love that very much back when I played it. Got a full review of that, and if it didn't come out, I wouldn't really be too disappointed. But I know that a lot of people really wanted it to be included. So there you go. You can have that to look forward to, possibly coming out sometime in the future. Unfortunately, this leak did not indicate anything of the sort for the female protagonist route from Persona 3 Portable, which was the other big thing that a lot of people wanted to hear, because that's really kind of the only thing this is really missing then in that case. And even so, I still feel like this game has taken some pretty good pains to alleviate that issue. Like there's new stuff in Persona 3 Royal Reload. There's new stuff in Persona 3 Reload that kind of helps ease the pain of not having social links with your party members and
with your boys.
And there are some things that was included in Persona 3 Portable, like going and finding like the missing persons inside of Tartarus and stuff. So if you really want that, I mean, it comes so close. But who knows? Maybe that'll be a second DLC, and maybe they're just focusing on this one for now.
Boy,
it would be a lot.
I can't imagine how they would. Like, the Answer is relatively easy to fit in. The female main character route, that's a lot of things. They would have to completely.
I never played the female protagonist route all the way through. I know that includes at least like a handful of new social links. From the ground up, like whole new characters.
Yes.
So, I mean, but if you think about it, I feel like the real difficult part there is not modeling the characters. It's not drawing the art for them. It's probably the voice acting. That would be like the big expense, I feel like, for all those
Mhm.
characters. And then,
I mean, they'd
yeah,
have to go back and reprogram like all the flags, if you think about it, because they have different flags.
yeah,
And you have to program in all the flags, all to make all the
Mhm.
events. Like you're practically
yeah.
making,
It,
like
it
you're
it's
doing a
kind of
lot of things
it's
throughout
kind
the
of
entire
nuts
game.
that they actually did that in the first place, to be totally honest. So,
Yes, yes.
but I mean, maybe, but could it be
Mhm.
DLC? I don't know. It would be a lot. It would be a big
It would be a lot.
expectation.
Yeah, and they can still have Fest. Like if they did like female main character, you just replace the model with the female main character and then just go on about your day, of course. But yeah, no, I think that would be interesting to see. Yeah, I've also heard about the Answer DLC rumor. So fingers
Mhm.
crossed that's real. I mean, I would love for you all who are wanting it for it to be available at least. So that's that.
All right.
All right.
So that brings us to our second to last subject of
Yes.
today's podcast.
Yes.
Do you want to tackle this?
Oh yeah, let's share screen. Let's make sure that I have the right screen on though. Let's see
Okay.
what screen we're on right now.
Yeah, let me make sure. What
It
yeah,
should be the Aegis.
yeah, let me switch so I can like preview your screen. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let's
All
switch over and share
right.
Baku's screen here.
Ta-da!
So it's Aigis. Yes.
Hey, yeah, I heard you guys like Persona 3, and what better way to show your love? And if you've got like, I don't know, $4,500 US dollars in the hole, then you can always get yourself a 1-to-1 scale bust figure of our beloved Android
Yeah.
companion. So this is what it looks like. Basically, if you're standing at like 170 centimeter, it will come just below your waist. Is how big this thing is.
That's a pretty big figure.
Oh yeah, it's a 1-to-1 scale.
Yeah. Yeah, she's awesome. Why not just put legs on her and call it done, you know?
Because legs is like another $5,000.
You're probably right.
Also, this is made to order, so it's not like it's mass produced. Like they will make it like if you ordered it, and you can only order 3 per person. Like who's ordering 3 of these? Only 3. It's like what?
Oh no!
But anyways,
my lifelong
yeah.
dream of surrounding myself with 4 life-size Aigis busts will have to wait. Darn you!
Yeah, but if you've got like $5,000 to blow and you're just really big fan, maybe you can order it through Fudu Hobby Ball. In fact, let me throw the link to you guys now because we cannot post link in the description anymore. So here you go.
Yeah.
You can order it and have it sent to you worldwide. So, fantastic. But if you are not in the camp of having $5,000 US dollars to burn, but you're still a fan of Persona 3 nonetheless, and you want to get in on some figure action, our good friend at Kotobukiya has got you covered. And I've sent another link there. So I don't know if we talked about this, but this is like Elizabeth. I think I must have not talked about this one. It must have been one of those days where we didn't end up doing a show, but we do have Elizabeth. Let me zoom in a little bit. Yeah, we've got Elizabeth, and she's like the first figure that's announced for P3. But then we also actually have the newest announced one is actually the P3R main protagonist. Whenever it loads.
There it is.
And it actually looks really good. Now this comes at a relatively modest 160, which I think is about fair for a figure. And as you can tell,
I like the stitching on that arm pad. That's pretty sick.
Yeah,
that's a lot of detail.
the figure is based on the P3R
Mhm.
like new outfit, new
Yeah.
like C's outfit.
Oh,
So
it's like, yeah, I know that.
I'm telling
But-
that to the people
yeah,
who are watching.
exactly.
You would know. You should know, Mister. I got paid to play this game. But like for the rest of us, noobs out there, the uninitiated, yes, the figure line that I think they're gonna come up with. Most likely, if it's Kotobukiya, which if that name sounds familiar, is because they're the folks who are also doing all the Trails figures. So, they do typically do a whole line of like characters. So I wouldn't be surprised if they would go on to do the rest of the P3 R characters. So Yukari, Mitsuru, oh, God forbid Jinbei.
Hey, you know what?
Akiko.
I will say, during my playthrough so far of Persona 3 Reload, I feel like they've done a really good job of making Junpei feel like a better character this time around. Like, I feel bad for him. Like, I legitimately just like feel for this dude this entire time. Just gets dunked on by everybody at every possible second. Just relentlessly. I'm like, just like, how has this guy not like betrayed the whole team already? Like if I was Junpei, I would like turn my evoker on my friends. Just the friends like those, who needs enemies?
Wow.
It's rough. Like, people are so rude to Junpei.
Relentless to Jinbei.
Yeah, it's bad. And
It's bad.
anyways, I feel more for him this time around. Like, he's
Okay.
like he's a good guy. I mean,
Okay.
at least it's not as bad as I think people put him out to be. But
we will see about that.
I guess. Are you playing Persona 3? You gonna play it?
I don't have. Well, I have a choice, but I feel obligated now that they sent me the game. I'm
You
like,
are kind of
okay, well,
obliged, yeah.
yeah. Before I was like, yeah, I'll get to it when I get to it. Now I'm like, well, at least play it, like to see what it's about and give some feedback on it.
Sweet.
So that's where we are. Now, as a bonus, Kotobukiya also announced other figures that they are working on. So I won't go through all of it. I'll give you guys the link. These are things that they're working on in 2024. But if I can zoom in a little bit, we see here Ado Kristen is being worked on in 2024.
Is that
Donna?
Okay, hang on. Down and to the left. Bottom left. Who's that? Left.
This?
Yeah.
Yu Yu Hakusho?
Yes. Click.
Yusuke, yeah.
Click. I must see.
Are you a fan of Yu Yu Hakusho?
Yes.
Look at this.
Oh my
All
gosh.
4 of them. Not gonna lie, Hiei looks super awesome with the dragon. I can't imagine. Like I can only
Yes,
imagine
the black
Yes,
dragon flame.
You can get all 4 of them and just like set them into this pose. Look at that.
Oh my gosh.
That is so dope, right?
Oh, that looks so cool.
Yeah.
And then of course there's Kuwabara.
I mean, I
He's
hope
so
they
great.
make.
I love
I
him.
hope they make the rest of them too. So they're working on Joshua.
Yeah, who cares about
since
Joshua?
They already,
There's Kuwabara.
Wow. I want to see Princess Joshua. If Joshua sells well, maybe they'll do the princess version. And
Maybe.
among other things, you have some Kenshin stuff. We have a new 2B and 8 and 9S figure that's being worked on based on
that's so
the
cool.
animation. Yeah, so check it out. I mean, Kotobukiya is really stepping up and making a lot of these like game figures. So I'm all for it. So
Oh my
there you
gosh.
go. That's concludes our merch section.
Oh, that's so cool. All right. Well, that concludes merch. So that leaves us with super chats that we've received throughout the night, and we've received several.
Geez.
So let's go ahead and take a look at these. First one coming in from Fluppy Dogs, who says, "Here's to another 18 months." This is a resubscription to the channel memberships, where if you do choose to become a channel member, you'll gain early access to episodes of the game collection and other cool stuff I try to do to make it worth your while. Just throwing that out there. Yeah. And they also say, Uniracers sequel when? Well, I mean, Uniracers was obviously a big hit on the Super Nintendo, and I think it would only be right for it to hold off for a full release until the release of the Super Nintendo Switch, right? I think that honestly is really about the only real solution there. And then here's one that I don't have context for anymore, and I'm so they say sometimes your words hurt very much. Oh, I wonder if that
it
was
it
about
was
Breath of
Dragon's
Fire.
Dogma.
It
It
was-
was Dragon's Dogma.
Yeah, it was probably because I mentioned Breath of Fire, wasn't it?
We mentioned.
Yep, because
That's exactly it.
that's the new Breath of Fire. Okay, there we go. I've caught up.
Sorry, bro.
And then one here, I miss pre-rendered backgrounds in RPGs. Maybe AI can help with that. You know, I do think that a potential good use of AI is in the modding scene. In the use of like upscaling images, up-resing pre-rendered backgrounds for like you've seen like the Moguri mod with Final Fantasy IX, and they've done some pretty incredible work, and I just can't help but feel like that process would have been improved, at least as far as like the work overhead of that process. Like hand that off, that extremely tedious work off to AI to kind of help you up-res, and then you can manually go over where things just look weird. And I think that would be a really good use of AI, is in like the not for profit community space. Like,
Yeah.
that's, I feel like where I would personally want to draw that line is like, because at the point where you're paying somebody or paying or where you would be paying AI to do something, and instead you have or where you are using AI but you would have paid somebody to do the job, that sucks. So I would say keep artists doing the artist stuff. And you know, on the subject of pre-rendered backgrounds and painted backgrounds, have you had a chance to try out on Apple Arcade Fantasian yet?
No. I have not had a chance to do anything.
Oh man. I think that was on Apple Arcade, but I think, did I hear? Oh, okay.
It was leaving Apple Arcade, I thought.
Yeah, I think it was, and I was just
We
trying to
talked
remember
about this.
Yeah, so it's
on
leaving Apple
HitPoint.
Arcade, but I don't know if it's out yet. It doesn't look like.
It's supposed to be on Steam.
Yeah, there
I
was
think.
news about this last year, February last year. They were talking about this, but I don't know. Like there was a playtest that appeared in August, apparently. Anyways, that feels like probably the most modern feeling like pre-rendered background video game that I've seen in a while.
Yeah, man. I mean, the game looks fantastic, and it comes to a high recommendation from Derek, so I'm interested in it. I just don't have time to look at anything.
if only for the return of pre-rendered backgrounds and Hironobu Sakaguchi. I mean, of course you gotta give it up for the king, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, we got another one here, says, is console exclusivity to blame? And I lost context for this one. Did you happen to catch that?
I actually don't know what that one's about, but if we're talking about exclusivity, it's got to be during the Sony thing, and it's after Dragon. So is it about Death Stranded? Stranding?
Don't know. But if you're still around, Fluppy, if you want to throw a comment into the chat, let us know, and I'd be happy to further address that. Oh, Final Fantasy VII.
To blame for for it. Oh, okay. I think I know what they're talking about. For not getting a lot of
all
like
the hype.
coverage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's a good question, because like, I mean, if I don't have the console, I wouldn't care about it either.
I mean, sometimes if somebody pays for console exclusivity, they will also pay to help, promote it. I know that Atlas, for instance, they were promoting very heavily Persona 3 Reload. And I think that's probably why you saw a lot of Persona 3 Reload sponsored videos coming out recently. And as part of that, I think Microsoft actually footed a bit of that bill, just due to some of the specific phrasing of like the order of the consoles that I mentioned was very much mentioned the Microsoft stuff first.
Mhm.
So like a little bit of inside baseball. Like I feel like the places that are paying for the privilege of having that featured, um, definitely contributes to some of that marketing money. So that could
Mhm.
be a big part of it. Is maybe it's you know maybe Square Enix
Mm.
isn't pushing it as hard because they don't have Microsoft money to throw at it because of that console exclusivity.
Oh, geez. Yeah, yeah. I feel like they're having cash flow issue. I really do. Everything about Square Enix to me points to a cash flow issue, and
Yeah, well, I mean, we
yeah.
saw what they did with their big flop. That
Mhm.
was, just if only they had improved the
Ooh,
graphics.
Jesus. Oh my I don't know how many more of these flops they can take, and they're like, "Oh, let's invest in what is it called, NFT," and I'm like, "You really want to do NFT right now? Do
Hmm.
you really, really want to? You think NFT is gonna save
At
you?
the
You
time,
are,
at the
you
time, they
know,
really thought it would you
they did,
because people were printing money with them NFTs. They were
yeah,
selling digital goods for like dozens of dollars
hmm
that took no time to produce.
yeah, and they were too slow to act on it. Like
Yeah.
NFT wasn't here to stay; it was a fad.
Yep.
Like there
Flash
was
in the pan.
nothing. Yeah, and by the time they got around to it, with all the plans and all the things and all the slow moving that you expect from a corporation, it was long faded.
Yeah.
So silly, silly Square Enix. Um,
But I will say Konami, I think, did laugh all the way to the bank with that one.
Oh, they absolutely did, because they moved fast. They were quick. They weren't trying to do this crazy grand thing. They were
Hmm.
just like, "Here you go. We have some assets, NFT, go."
Yeah.
And people bought it, and they made the bank. And then they're like, "All right, made some money, yay!" That's what I did with like this crypto thing. I went in, bought some, made my money, left. Could I have made more money? Sure, but I wasn't greedy about it.
Hmm.
But I
And that's how you
made
make money.
money. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Because
made money.
yeah, you don't make money by holding until the bottom.
Yeah, it's
So
silly Square Enix.
n-
Yeah.
next up, we got another comment here from Eagle Knight who says, "Good evening, my friends. I'll catch the VOD later, but a nice reminder to hit that like button." Oh, thank you so much, Eagle Knight. Very much appreciated. Says Mondays are better off with full hit points.
All right. Thank you.
All right. And then here's a life pro tip here from Flippy Dogs as well. A real life significant other also comes in a 1-to-1 scale, but also costs a bit more than $4,500.
Just a bit.
See,
Just a...
I misread that when it first came in, and it had me laughing. So what I thought that said at first was, here's a pro tip: if your significant other finds the statue, it costs a bit more than $4,500 as well.
Oh wow. Wow, it's true. It's true.
So here's what you do, guys: you get an Aigis bust statue, and then you order 2 of those Christmas story leg lamps. And you just
Oh.
position them underneath the bust.
Oh my god. Wow.
Just complete the look,
Wow.
There you go.
I mean, not a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
We should try it.
All right. Well, guys, that about does it for the super chats. But thank you all so much for hanging out with us tonight. It has been a pleasure to stream for you. If you enjoyed today's stream, as Eagle Knight said, please be sure to hit that like button, or maybe leave a positive review on whatever podcasting platform of choice you happen to be listening upon, whether that be through Apple Podcasts, I guess now, and is Google Podcast still thing? No, it's all just YouTube now, isn't it? YouTube podcasts.
Yeah, I think so.
So Stitcher's gone. I don't know. Follow us on Spotify, I guess. I don't know.
Are we on Spotify?
Yeah, we are actually. Yeah. So, anyways, thank you all so much, and we will see you on our next episode on Monday. Until then, have a great rest of your week, everybody.
Good night.